Hi, and welcome to Mechanical Keyboards Live. I'm your host, Skiwithpete. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, just had to mute the other computer. You know, it's the thing. It's the thing you gotta do sometimes. So, I'm your host, Skiwithpete. Today we are going to do a ghoulishly fun mechanical keyboard build. I can't wait to get inside. We're going to start out with the pandas and the Zelios. But before we get to that, let's just say what's up to everybody who's in the house today. Resi CS is here, Anchorbait, Steffi, Mange HD, Jim Cruz is here, Richard Smith, Euphorical, who's not going to a party, who's hanging out with us instead. What's going on? I'm Skiwithpete. I'm here to hang out with y'all. What's going on? Alright, so, like I say, today we're going to be doing a 60% keyboard build. DD is in the house. This is my Keycap case, along with the black carbon fiber. We'll get to that shortly. This is a Satan GH60 inside this box. Of course, you can't see it until I open the box, but I will do that soon. What's going on, everybody? Don't forget, we're in full 4K. All right. Whew, it's hot in here. Super hot. Whew. All right. Deadly Pliers is here. Pit Fermi is in the house. Not Zen is here. Giovanni McGarley. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to crank on up to 4K, and also don't forget to smash that like button. There's the like button. Obviously today we're doing a Halloween themed build. We'll get to that very shortly. But before we do, I gotta take this mask off. It's way too hot in here. Like, it's super fun and whatever, and like, whew, it's way too hot in there. Alright, let's get on with today's build. Hope everybody's doing well. Whew, it was hot in there. Today, we're ripping apart some switches. That's how we're starting. So hot. Man, that was hot in there. Sweet. So today we're doing a build that's going to be one of the most expensive builds that a person can actually do. Because what I'm doing is combining these tactile purple 67 gram Zelios switches with the full clear housing. But I'm actually going to take them and put them inside of these panda housings. Now, these panda housings, for those of you who don't know, action cam here. Oh, and you can just see the ghoulishness right over there. These panda housings, so you know, are some of the tightest, bestest housings that you can get. And what I'm going to do is just pop these puppies open, just like this. Remove the black stem. And then what I'm going to do, just like this, I'm going to get inside of this guy here, which is the Zelio. These open a whole lot easier than the pandas do. Just going to get inside of this. Switch this gold spring over, just like that. And then put this Zelio slider, oh, there it is there, down inside of this, just like that. And then I'm going to put the panda housing back on top of it, just like this, just exactly like so. And that, I promise you, even though you can't feel it, is an even more tactile version of the Zelio. Anchorbait says, why ruin the linear panda with the disgusting communist Zelio? Because of communism. No, I really like the tactile switches, and this is the king of the tactile switch. And so I thought for a little Halloween build, what I would do is rip apart these Zelios and pop in to these. What are these called? Xandas? Pelios? I don't know. Anyways, what's going on? Gadgeable's in the house. Steffi is here. Anchorbait. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Lots of fun stuff to talk about. 14 likes started like 14 minutes ago. 15 likes with 45 people watching. Go ahead, smash that like button. If you didn't see the mask I was wearing at the start of the video, go back to the start of the video. This is a super awesome Halloween special build with some Halloween-y stuff going around the outside. And of course, pandas that we're tearing apart. Check in the video description for links to everything that you can see on the desk today. 1 like per minute. Keep it up. Yeah. Let's keep the streak alive here. So what I've got just off camera, I think I've got it, is my bass, my tuning bass, and I may just start using that in a second. But basically it goes like this, like this, like this, like this, like that, and then you put this in here. Ooh, like that, and then you get your 67 gram. Oh, it's so good, so good. Oh, you can't, obviously you can't see the tactility, but if I could show you, it goes like, maybe you can see the tactility. Because it's not smooth, it's like hard, 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 and then it just pops a distance. So good. So good. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep on rocking on here. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other parts. Haven't really thunk that through. But I'm just going to keep on building. What switches cam? Says Anchorbait. Have you not been around long enough to know how I switch cameras? It's voodoo. It's Halloween. Special effects mostly. The mask thing was super fun. I wish it had lasted more than 30 seconds. But unfortunately, it was just crazy hot under there. Maybe I'll go back to it later. If you guys have never seen this before, by the way, you want to see the difference between a linear and a tactile switch? Let me just show it off here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but you can actually tell in the way that these two are built. Let me do it this. Should we do it that way? Let's do it that way. So on the left, oh, can you see it yet? Don't forget, available in full 4K. On the left, you can see that the black has those straight legs, where on the right, there's that big bump on the leg of the Zelio. You can see it. It's a big old bump. That bump is what gives it the tactility as you're pushing the switch down. Anyways, what's going on with you guys? I have some stories to tell, but let's start off by hanging around with you guys. Alright. Alright. Don't forget to smash that like button and crank up that resolution at least 1080p. I know you guys all have 1080p, so you might as well crank it on up to 1080p. So I got a ton of stories to tell, an absolute ton of stories. The first that I'm going to start off with is, did you guys see this week the new keycaps for the Sweet 16? I put it right here so you guys could see it. Those are the new switches. The new keycaps, the transparent topped keycaps. They're in and available now. It's a super fun project kit. That's one of the things I want to talk about. The Sweet 16. It's pretty dope. But that's not all. The other thing I wanted to talk about was talking about fans. And this is a weird thing. So this week I went down to the YouTube space in New York City, as you know you can do, which is pretty cool, which is super cool, by the way. I went down there, and they were telling me that some of the most successful YouTubers have a name for their subscribers. They call them like bangos or bros, or and they asked what your fans or your subscribers would like to be called. And I just thought, it's a little silly, but maybe I'd ask. Maybe I would ask you guys. And there's a couple different things that I've been thinking about that I thought maybe you guys would like. The first one, I know you're gonna love this, is the Hunters and the Peckers. Hunters and the Peckers. I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know, though. Maybe you guys have suggestions. Let me know. I know there's a chat group called the Clackers and the Bangers. But anyways, I thought I would ask if you guys had any cool suggestions. Because I might actually do it if you guys think it's fun. And, give yourselves a name. Okay. The Skiers. Steffi, can I ask you a fave? Mm-hmm. Could you grab me, do we have any, little Tupperwares or something? I'd love to be able to put these switch carcasses. Themes with Pete's. The Wallet Destroyers. The Clackers. Cool, with 44 viewers, don't forget to smash that like button. What are we doing? We're at 26 likes today, exactly as I said, as I promised. We are going to... Ooh, it's a bit of a grotty one, isn't it?
No, it's clean. It's just melted.
It's a little grotty.
It's melted.
Do we have any non-grotty,
Use a bag then.
What's that? Okay, I'll use a bag. Can I use a bag? Just a zippy would be fine. Cool. Well, anyways, at the YouTube space, besides that, they did tell me another couple of things that I need to do that I haven't yet done. I'm very aware of. But in case you guys didn't know, Thank you. You subscribers, in case you didn't already know, tune in on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. That's when my new videos go live. New videos are live every Saturday morning. I don't know. Did you know that already? I assume many of you subscribers knew that already. But the live streams, they really recommended that I... Mange HT, that's a very funny one. Don't forget, guys, that we do actually have a Discord channel that Mange HD has set up gracefully for us. He will post that info for us now. Last weekend I was trying to stream, but unfortunately the new Creators Update 2 came out for my Windows PC, and that took me down. That took me down for 4 hours while I tried to make my cameras work again. Put the panda stems in Zeal housings. I totally could do. But I'll do that for another day, another stream. All right. For this stream, I'm still going on these panda housings. Is the bump on Pandilio's quick, sharp, bumpy, or just a curve? It's quicker and sharper than the regular Zelio housing. So I'm guessing that the regular Zelio housing has a slightly looser stem holder. So that's to say that the base of the switch, this part of the switch, these two sides are looser than they are on the Panda housing. So what that means is that the Panda housing, just as I put it together here, the Panda housing lets the switch, the up and down, move less. I don't know if you can see that. And because of that, it means that this is a... It feels like it's got a bigger bump, is the truth. It feels like I'm making the Zelio bump even bigger than it normally would be. I got an idea for all those housings. Special shout out to Steph this week, who helped me with the decorations, the ghoulishness. But don't forget, I'm just going to plug this puppy in. There we go. Don't forget. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. Stock Zelios are supposed to be smoother. Yeah, I bet they are a little bit smoother, but these are quite tight, and because of the tightness, they feel a little bit more tactile, which is what I'm after for this ghoulish build. Falling Titan, do they feel like browns? Stock Zelio purple. No, stock Zelios feel like an improved version of Cherry MX Clears. And they are definitely improved. But improved again, I think we go to these Panda housings. It's just a pretty cool little upgrade. Not just that, don't forget that these pandas can be removed from a plate without desoldering, so that's a nice feature of these. So I could take these off at a later date and tune them even more. Falling Titan says, damn it, want to try. Don't forget you can buy, I'm the owner of 1UP Keyboards, in case you didn't know. And you can buy Switch tester packs from 1UP Keyboards. So you can always get a couple Switch testers and try them out. And then, of course, make your own fully functioning keyboard. No! I dropped one. Oh. I don't know where I dropped it. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Found a reset switch. Oh. Oh, I lost it to under my desk. I don't know where. Falling Titan, if you like browns, you should try the B-Sun Brown. Available at 1UP Keyboards. It's a super fun switch. Can't believe I lost one of them. Now, somebody was watching one of my videos recently and asked why I'm opening... In fact, they may have been asking why JB, who very kindly guest hosted a couple times this show, was asking why I use these non-magnetic tweezers. Atari Zero's in the house. What's going on, Atari Zero? See that right there? Let me do the big one. Do you see that right there? Whoa. Yeah, Atari Zero can't stay long on mobile. Headed to party soon. Yeah, awesome. I don't know where I lost that switch to. It's so funny. It's just like, it's a very small space under my desk. But it is just big enough that I could lose a switch. I could probably find it, but it could take me 20 minutes, and I don't feel like tearing my desk apart right now. Is the housing on the Panda not the same as the B-Sun? No, Gadgeable, it is not. I thought that it was, but we opened up the B-Sun housing, and it is not the same. We put a Panda... Sorry, we put a Zelio slider inside of a B-Sun and inside of a Panda, and we definitely got two different results. Totally two different results. So, stick with the Panda. The B-Sun Brown is a brilliant switch, but use it as a B-Sun Brown, or if you have another reason for the housing. The reason I think is the B-Sun Brown, why it's smoother than the Panda, is the Panda is just so damn tight. So yeah, there you go. For those of you just tuning in, this is the Halloween special. Give me just 1 second here. I'm just going to... So we're just opening up these switches. Oh. Oh. Tari Zero says, I have a question for Pete. What capture device do you use? I need to get a new one to connect my Canon into. You know what I use that I highly recommend is the Epiphan 4K capture card. There should be a link to it in the About section, although you might have to go to my kit.com link to find it. That's where I list all of my camera stuff. But really, you want to trust Epiphan as early in your streaming career as you can, because it's awesome stuff. All right, just ripping apart some pandas here. So for those of you just tuning in who've never been to a keyboard stream before, the switches that I have on my right here are called Pandas. The switches I have on my left here are called Zelios. And what I'm doing is combining the two. So I'm opening up the switch housings and I'm moving the springs and the sliders from the Zelios into the Pandas. So the Pandas are a housing that's really known for its tight grip on the stems. It's got a low wobble design, so that makes the tactile bump of the Zelios feel even more impressive. Of course, it is a very expensive solution. These are $1 switches on each side, making the result a $2 switch, which I know must seem insane to a lot of viewers. But don't forget that you can reuse the innards from the other two and put them together for other creative projects. The Panda switch, as I said before, has these really cool, they're like hole tights already installed on them. Let me just switch over to action cam here. These hole tights actually slide off. So once you've soldered it in, you can actually remove the switch entirely to do any more tuning work or any other alterations you'd like to make to it, which is pretty convenient. And the B-Sun does the same thing, so it's a very convenient way of building a board when you're able to take it back apart for any later additions. For this, look what I do. I just take the tweezers, I just pry these two legs up on either side, pry them up like that. Somebody, like I say earlier, asked why I use tweezers and not the mechanical keyboard switch openers. They're both pretty excellent, but the tweezers I was using before I had the switch openers, And so it's like I'm more used to them. But also you'll see with these, see it's also pretty good. Like it's hard to deny that those are useful, you know. But they're just not that pointy, so it's hard to get under those first bits there. But yeah, that's why I use these instead. I twist them like that. Oh, I snafu'd that one pretty hard. Just push it back. It's not too bad. It's just plastic. Trick or treat, Fran. Trick or treat. Better. Guys, this mask is so hot. Oh my god. Don't forget to press. Don't forget to press that like button. Don't forget to up-res all the way to full 4K, which of course we're streaming in today as we build Have you tried Novel Keys box switches yet? No, I've not tried any box switches as yet. 1031, happy Halloween, Pete from Atari Zero. Thank you, Atari Zero, for today's first super chat. You know what's disappointing though is that there's supposed to be a big graphic that comes across. Supposed to be a big graphic that there it is. There it is. Atari Zero, the big graphic just came across the desktop. That was perfect. Hope you saw it, Atari Zero. Thank you again. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't already, please press subscribe. I know a lot of the viewers today are back again. But if you're new, don't forget to use the chat window. Say hello. A lot of the mods are community members and have been around for a long time. They're good people, and they're here because they like to help with keyboard-related questions. This switch just doesn't want to open up. I give Pete 5 minutes, then he will take off the mask. It's not going to last 5 minutes, man. I'm dying under here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Smash that like button, though. Try to keep it coming. If you haven't already press subscribe now. Lots of cool keyboard projects coming up. Coming right up. Yeah, Atari makes a lot of cool keyboards. He also made, I don't know if you guys can quite see it, but over my shoulder here, there's a poster that Atari Zero also made for 1UP Keyboards, which is super dope. It's super dope indeed. Whew. My God. It was hot under there. Steffi, can I ask you a huge favor? Could you give me a big old glass of water? Mm-hmm. Whoa. So hot. Thank you, Fluffy. Ah. 51 viewers currently. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I've just taken off the mask, but I will come back to it soon. Don't forget, if you're new to the stream, do go ahead and smash that like button. This stream is the Halloween build keyboard stream, so it is what it says that it is. If you guys haven't seen a keyboard being built before, this is kind of an unusual step. Because what I'm doing is tearing apart a couple of switches. And these switches you might not have seen before, but in the About section below, you can go and check out the switches. They are a Panda switch, which is the one that I'm opening now. This is this white housing switch. And the Zelio, which is the purple switch that I just opened with the clear housing. And when you recombine them, you get a whole new beast. Gadgeable. Exactly, Gadgeable. That's exactly how it's going to go. But I'm just going to keep on trying. You know, I gotta say though, I do live in New York City, Gadge. I'm not sure if that would be the weirdest thing that somebody had heard today. It is, after all, New York City. Yeah, go check out the poster that was being made, and also go check out in the About section below all sorts of cool stuff from oneupkeyboards.com. I'm the owner of One Up Keyboards, in case you didn't know. And yeah, lots of cool keyboard stuff and keyboard-related stuff on that website. Thank you again to Atari Zero for making that poster. It is visible in the stream. It's just over my left shoulder. Only mods. Where are the viewers? The thing is, I think a lot of viewers, at least first-time viewers, are, you know, intimidated or don't like to. They don't like to chat. You know, that's the thing with my stream. I like to have a lot of them because it identifies people who are in the keyboard community and who like to share and do cool stuff. And, you know, it just means that my mods can post links to their builds and other cool stuff that they found around in the keyboard community. So that's why I have a lot of mods. But yeah, if there are any other viewers out there, and mods, don't forget, just because you're a mod doesn't mean you can't also press the like button. Of course, the like button, the reason I keep going on about it so much is that the higher number of likes you get, the higher in the search ranking it puts you. And it's more likely that other new people will discover this stream and this channel and all cool things about mechanical keyboards. So that's why I encourage everybody to press that button. Man, this is such a good switch. It is Halloween themed after all. After all. Whoops. That was close. Whoops. Dropped it again. So with dollar a switch pandas and dollar a switch Zelios, these might be the most expensive switch in all the world. But worth it. There's a lot of light on this mask. You know what? I mean, it really shows off my highlights here. I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm sweating pretty hard under the lights, but my face has gone pretty shiny, don't you think? Like, just a little bit shinier than usual? I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe. Maybe. Atari Zero, so these Pandelios is basically tactile and smooth. It's tactile, but here, let me switch to action cam. You can't see, obviously, how tactile it is. But watch the collapse pattern here. It's like they're super bumpy. It's even more bumpy than ever before. So somebody sent an email and asked if the pandas, if the B-Suns with a Zelio felt the same as a Panda with a Zelio. And so we tested it out, and when we did, well, I was just really impressed with how tactile it became, so I couldn't help myself but build this keyboard tonight. And of course, with the super nice Keycap bass, why not indulge all the way? You know what I'm saying? The Keycap bass is possibly the nicest piece of kit that's ever been community made. Can't wait. Can't wait. I thought it would be a fun comeback stream too if I did one on this lovely evening. Don't forget to go to OneUp Keyboards, oneupkeyboards.com. Thank you again to Atari Zero for tonight's super chat. Whoa. $49 viewers currently watching. How many of you are in 4K? Not very many. Don't forget to crank up your resolution. Actually, there's a good majority of you watching in 1440p, which is pretty cool. Falling Titan. How does this mod affect the actuation point? I don't think it will. I mean, both the Panda and the Zelio are meant to have the average, which is the mid 2 mil actuation point, so I don't think it should affect it at all. The other question that came in is, if it's too bumpy and collapses, won't it feel like a membrane when the rubber collapses? That's not actually how membrane works. Membrane works when you crush the top of the... It actually works when you crush the top of the pad. So at the bottom there's like a sensor, and there's a dome above it, and you crush this until the two smash together. It's not a tactile feel at all. And it's one that wears out over time, whereas with a mechanical switch, it's built to last for 50 million cycles. Whew, it is hot under here. Whew. Taking another quick break. Whew. Whew. Oh, it's hot under there. Oh. Oh. So hot. Oh, iFran just asked if Atari Zero works for one-up keyboards. The answer is he does not. But he does make some of the awesomest one-up keyboards, so... Maybe there's a collab we can do in the future. So sweaty hot. Oh, what did Gadgeable post in there? Ooh. Very nice. His own little switch mod he's got going on. just happened to pick up another panda. So I just thought I'd crack it open. Cherry High Rose Orange, yes. All right, Atari, you have fun too, man. Enjoy your party tonight. I know you will. Lots of parties going on outside the door last night. It seems less so tonight, but I don't want to jinx it. Don't forget, for those of you who've just joined, smash that like button. Tonight we are building a mechanical keyboard exactly as the title says. Well, just keep on rocking here. Don't forget, feel free, if you're new to the stream, to ask any keyboard-related questions. The mods are definitely community members and highly knowledgeable, so even if I don't answer your question and the mods do, you know you're going to get a great answer for all your keyboard-related questions. That a boy, Atari. Let me know what you think. I mean, I'm super interested to hear what you think about them. I think they're just super tactile and a beautiful switch. But they're not for the faint-hearted. They are expensive indeed. Tippy the Turtle, hi, and Jonathan, welcome both to the stream. Did you guys buy anything from the mass drop sale? I did not. I took a look at it, but I didn't actually buy anything. I was a little late, so there were no complete sets when I got there, and nothing else I'm looking for. Well, I gotta take them all apart eventually, so I might as well just rock on to this one, huh? Alright. Alright. Oh, the switch. It's going to be so delicious. Let's just do a couple close up in here. This. Don't forget, guys, go check out oneupkeyboards.com where you can buy all the stuff that you see on today's stream, including both of these types of switches, which is pretty cool. If you want to make your own combo switch, lots of different choices to make. But I think in terms of tactility, this is where it's at. Guys, I'm looking to buy a 50 to 75% with RGB. I would be grateful for your advice to buy one, where to get them. AG, can you do me a favor? Can you do a search on my channel? Do a search on my channel for the And Pro, because I got a link and a coupon code that, if it's still working, will net you an awesome deal for a pre-built keyboard. These tweezers are also in the video description of this video, in the about section below, or video description section. They're also there. They're only a couple dollars, available from Amazon. They're very useful for this sort of keyboarding project. You know, Steph, these housings might make better Aristotle housings for your upcoming build, if you're going to go that way. If you're going to go with another clicky switch.
I don't know.
New viewers, if you are new to the stream and haven't already heard, my wife Stephanie is in the background. She's also a keyboard nut, and she's going to be building a couple of keyboards on stream in the next couple of weeks, actually, which is pretty cool. Jonathan asks, what's your nicest keyboard? Well, so there's the term Endgame keyboard, which refers to the best thing you've got. And I kind of have 4 Endgame keyboards, maybe more. The one that I'm using at the moment at work is a 67 gram 67 gram Zelio aluminum based kit that I built on stream. That's one of my nice ones. I also have a 65 gram LJD 61 up in red carbon fiber directly to my left, actually. That's one of my nicest boards. Here, let me show it off, actually. This one right here in red carbon fiber. What else have I got? Steph's got a real nice one. She's got one of the TKLs with Gatastotles on it. That's pretty slick indeed. Yeah, I got lots of them, man. And of course, tonight's build is going to be amongst the best. I'm a little jealous of JB built one on stream and actually left it here. Let me go grab it and I'll show you. JB put together, this is his Clipe. It's a purple Clipe with Telios. Yeah, he no, he didn't mod these. Yeah, he made that one on stream and then left the board here, and I love it. It's beautiful. So what I'm trying to do is one-up him by making these pandas, these Pandastotles, so that he can, sorry, not Pandastotles, Pandelios, so he knows what a great keyboard is. So JB is planning to move to California, but before he does, we're trying to make the most of his time hanging out with us at One Up Keyboards. So that's why I've got him on stream a bunch of times, and he's going to do a couple more streams hopefully before he goes, which should be fun. And yeah, we're just going to keep trying to take advantage of that while we can. We have so much more exciting stuff coming to One Up Keyboards in the very near future. Unfortunately, I can't share details right at this moment, but suffice it to say, there's a lot of cool stuff about to happen. And of course, a lot of cool stuff that has already happened very recently, including this macro pad. Since you get the spare parts, it will make a good switch if you combine the leftover parts. Yeah, it would, probably, but I'm actually going to combine them in different ways. So I'm going to take those black stems and use them in a different housing other than the Zelio. And the Zelio, I'm actually going to put the Aristotle housing, or the Aristotle stem inside of it with a different spring. So I will, of course, make use of all of those, but yeah, I'm going to recombine them in all sorts of different ways. with 40 viewers currently. Can I remind you guys, if you haven't already, to smash that like button now. We're at 46 likes. It would be great to hit 50. Go ahead and smash that like button. The thing with the Zelios that's so cool is the gold spring really makes them just a little bit cooler. Gold springs, of course, are less likely to corrode, and because they're less likely to corrode, they'll last longer. So good. We, of course, have our round 2 clipes coming soon. That'll be exciting. They have not shipped as yet, although I hope they will soon. Get them on the way. What Aristotle? Aristotle is the Chinese. They made their own clicky switch, which was like a MX compatible. Oh no, where did it go? Oh, I lost a spring. Oh, there it is. The Aristotle is an MX compatible Chinese. It was called the Chinese National Switch. It's a clicky switch, and we've made Aristotles into other things. Unfortunately, with Aristotles, the housing is so poor that the housing needs to be changed immediately. But the good news is, by doing any sort of switch modding like the stuff that I'm doing, you can get housing that'll work great with it. The darker the Zelios, the heavier. Yeah, that's correct. So a 78 gram Zelio is a darker purple than the lighter 62 gram, which is both lighter in weight and lighter in color. What about you guys? Do you have any keyboard purchases coming up? Any bits and pieces you plan on buying from One Up Keyboards or elsewhere? Let me know. Ack! One last question. Which kit and where to buy the best 60 to 75? If you know how to solder, go to oneupkeyboards.com. There's some awesome kits on there. I say that both because I'm the owner and because I believe it. So the story with one-up keyboards is we found that the community was this is at the time, this is a while ago now, the community was doing a lot of group buys, and there were some very talented keyboard makers out there, the most talented of them all at the time, I'd say even today, was JD Carpe. And JD had created the JD40 and had some other keyboard designs that he was trying to get off the ground. But of course, with the group buys, there were some people having problems fulfilling them. So what we decided to do was to help that process with one-up keyboards and make some of the best community-made keyboards available to the general public more frequently, steady the stream, and also make the store more reliable so everybody could get their hands on some. And that's exactly what we've done. Here we are a couple years later, one-up keyboards still makes the same quality keyboards we've always made. Whether you want your first ever keyboard in a simple to build kit like the Sweet 16, or you want to build one of the most expensive keyboards on the planet, you can do all that at oneupkeyboards.com. With 41 viewers, don't forget, guys, smash that like button. How are we doing for likes? Do we hit 50? We hit 50. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. Next target's 75. Let's go ahead and see if we can get to 75. All right. Whoops. Whoops. Nearly threw that on the floor. Getting closer to the end here, though. Getting to the end of these switches anyways. Then I got some keyboard building to get to. Oh, dude, the arrow keys, you get over that so quick. With your function layer and WASD, you'll get over that honestly so quickly you won't even remember it was a thing. Do you, Jonathan? I'm just reading. You've got an HHKB, and using a function key for arrows is annoying. Did you buy a customizable controller? Did you get a controller from oneupkeyboards.com? Because those controllers mean that you can remap the keys, which would make it much more intuitive and much more to your liking. I do recommend that if you haven't already done it. Yeah, so you don't have the USB controller aftermarket from Hasu, which is available on One Up Keyboards. I might, while you're waiting for the Keycap to come into stock, you might pick one of those up. Only the Bluetooth is currently in stock, says. Steph says.
Yeah, restock coming of USB.
Yeah, the best part about the keyboards from One Up Keyboards, all the keyboards that we sell have PCBs that are fully customizable, which means that you can remap to your heart's desire and make sure you get the exact layout that works best for you. It doesn't even have to work best. It just has to be the most intuitive for you, so you don't even think about it. The keyboard just works. That's really what you want. Oh my god, these are so tactile. For those of you just tuning in, don't forget there are condensed, edited videos go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on this channel. Plus, there's frequent live streams like this one that happen as often as possible. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but they happen as often as I can make them happen. Today, I was working on a Saturday. I had to go into the office, so I wasn't able to start streaming earlier, and tomorrow I'm working again, so it's unlikely there'll be a stream tomorrow, but who knows? Who knows? We're getting pretty close to moving on to the next part of the keyboard build. which will be adjusting the stabilizers. Peter Constantino, how many layers do you have on a 60 and what's in them? Okay, so honestly, Pierre, I usually only go with 3 layers because that's all I really need. I have 1 layer that's on my caps lock that I do WASD. That's layer 1. Then layer 2 is the one that I reach to in the bottom right corner with the function key. And that enables me to do my F keys and some of the other special stuff that I do, like macros. So let me just show you here, because I happen to have a 60 just to my left. It is programmed exactly like that. This one, so what I'm saying is when I'm typing away, everything's going great, enjoying typing. Then this and caps lock, there's caps lock, and WASD now become my arrow keys. That's one function layer. My other function layer is down here. It's this. I combine this with whatever I'm doing. So this becomes F1, F2, F3, F4, and all that. These are volume up, volume down, or LEDs, depending on the keyboard. This one in particular is volume. And then I have macros. That's my address. Over here, I've got some other stuff. I'm trying to remember what I got over here. Oh, I got an H for a basic HTML page. I got lots of macros that I build in to all of my keyboards. That's how many I use. But the answer to your question might be how many are there available, and you can have, I think, up to 14. Again, I don't need more than 3, but they're there if you want them. You can also have up to 12 macros, or at least you can on Easy AVR. I've never pushed the limit on QMK. Easy AVR and QMK are 2 software programs for using. Do you prefer Cherry or SA keycaps? They each have a purpose, and to be honest, I use them for different things. So if I'm going with a heavier spring, I prefer Cherry. And if I'm going with a lighter spring, I prefer SA. I don't like light spring and GMK or Cherry profile. I prefer light with a... And it's the same with... I'm not just talking about Cherry profile. I'm talking like OEM or DSA as well. Light is better for SA. Heavy is better for sculpted, profiled, and that sort of thing. How do you like 75 or TKL, Pete? I love it. Although, I will be honest with you, I now map my caps lock to function layer, and I still have WASD because when I switch back to TKL, I got my TKL just to my right here. Should I show it to you? I got 2 of them. I still have that mapped as arrow keys. I still have WASD mapped as arrow keys because that's where my brain goes. I don't often reach down for those. But let me just show you 2 TKLs that we've got right here. Here's one of the TKLs. This is with, I think this is actually with Gateron Reds. And the side printed PBT. That's one of my TKLs there. And we also have Steph's, which is right here, which is a much nicer TKL than mine. Because this has those Gatistuddles. Wait till you hear how crispy this is. What's it sitting on? It's sitting on something. Yeah. So it's still just putting some of these together. Almost done here. Hey, I know Atari Zero is left, but I wanted to say again about Super Chats. I want you guys to know that it's with Super Chats that I've been able to upgrade all the equipment for this stream, including adding this. This is a brand new, it's still not opened. This is a brand new Logitech 4K Pro webcam called the Brio. It's through your Super Chats that I've been able to buy that. And that's the last one I need to make my full setup go entirely 4K. So the only one that's left is this one here. That 1080p selfie chat is going to go to 4K. We're going to have a full 4K setup going on in the house. And I wanted to say thank you again, guys, for supporting the channel. I really definitely do appreciate that. Super chat is enabled, and it's those super chats that let me do those sorts of things. I'm also looking now. There's two big upgrades that I need to make as we progress towards the end of the year. One is to add another SLR camera to the mix, like the overhead camera in 4K. That obviously is going to take a serious amount of investment. And I'm also looking now to switch computers so that I can edit this footage as full 4K. That's the plan. Right now, when this footage goes to YouTube and it's archived, when I download the archive, I'm downloading it at 720p, and I'm looking forward to changing that over to 4K. As we go towards the end of the year and into the new year, I know the expense of a new laptop is quite high, and I'm not rushing to do it, but I just wanted you guys to know that's what the super chats are enabling this to do. Thank you also to the people who support this channel on Patreon, and the guys who, I get some one-offs from PayPal too, which is very cool. If you want to support the channel, you can do so in the About section below. Or, if you can't do that, there are other ways you can support out the channel too. One of them is by just pressing like. Another one is by pressing subscribe. Of course, going over and checking out 1UP Keyboards helps too, even though that business and this business are still separate. And we're on just about anyways. We are on to the martini. The martini switch. Did I just throw that whole switch in here? I did. Crazy. We're on to the martini switch. This is the martini. We are on to the martini. Martini, martini. Please order me one martini at the bar, please. All right. It's something that is 4K, something that many YouTube viewers use. I can tell you that the majority of you guys are using 1440p. And then after that, 1080p. No, then after that, 4K is actually higher than 1080p. So the majority are 1440p, then 4K, then 1080p, then 720p. So yeah, a lot of guys are actually taking advantage. Oscar Hernandez, I'm combining the Panda switches with the Zelios switches. Okay, I'm going to leave these tweezers out because I want to use them in a minute. But before I go any further, I'm just going to rebag these. The reason is just to clean up some of the space on my desk. Make sure I've got enough of it to do the next part. We're at 56 likes. We hit 60. I'll put the mask back on, and we'll continue with the holiday theme as we move on to the next bit. So 4 more likes. 4 more likes to hit 60. I'll put the holiday mask back on. Let's see if we can get those 4 more likes. All right. Put that over there. Put this over here. Seriously, guys, if you haven't already, these macro pads are sick. So you know I was talking about the programmability of this keyboard with all those macros? You can program this for, what is it, $30? I was going to say 25, but we now have the keycap option as well. For $30, you can get a macro pad that can have just as many of those macros as this. Super cool. Go check those out on oneupkeyboards.com. Okay, the next thing I do, we're at 59 likes, so I'm going to do this without the mask on, but I just want to do my first little thing here. Some guy on the internet, I'm not creating some sort of rivalry, not creating that sort of rivalry. I'm just pointing out when somebody makes a big mistake and doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm just pointing it out. Now, Stephanie, you can hear me. I'm just pointing it out. Just pointing it out. Michael Adams says, Pete, can you show off the FL? I'll show off the FL just as soon as I'm done this. There's this guy on the internet who builds keyboards. Now, you know, it's cool. I've built a bunch of keyboards, probably the most keyboards of anyone on the internet ever. You can look at my history and find out if that's true. I also own a keyboard shop. So let's just call me somebody who knows something about a keyboard. This guy, what he does is he shakes. He takes he takes a stabilizer and shakes it and says, "Oh, you see how rattly that is? That's not a good one." Y'all be crazy. That's not how you tell if a stabilizer is good or not. You can lube a stabilizer. And when you lube it, you can get rid of that rattling noise. You want to see how you do that? Here, I'll show you. This isn't even difficult to do. It's like, this takes like seconds. Look at this. It's plastic. Of course it rattles. All you need to do is just put some lube in there. Look, it rattles less. Oh, give me another minute. Let me put some more lube in there and I'll show you. Watch this. Actually, you know what's even better? Is if I pop this up, I can put the lube right in there. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do this in the next section. This one comes pre-assembled, so all I'm doing. Look at that. Just pop that out. And I'm just going to pop some lube right in this corner here. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to do this. You clip it down. Now listen to it. You see it's rattling less. Now you want it to rattle even less than that? Here, I'll show you how to do it. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put some lube on the inside of there. Down the inside of here. Now what I like to do is I like to push a toothpick around in there. I don't have a toothpick with me right at the second, so I'm going to go get one. Just give me 1 sec. I just got to get it and push. I could use these tweezers. No, I should go get that toothpick. Let me go get that toothpick. Don't worry, I promise I'll show you how to do it. The best part is you don't even need to do this before you assemble the thing. You can do it after you've assembled it. You can do this with it in place. I can even show you how to do that if you want. Let me just push this in now. You ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? This is what it sounds like before. This is what it sounds like after you've lubed it. Because once you've lubed it, you've put lube in it. And the lubricant helps smooth out the things that are jangling and rattling. It's plastic on plastic. So, crazy person on the internet, please stop telling people that our stabilizers are rattly. It's just a lubrication thing. Crazy person. And he's going on, I stand by what I say because you don't know how to lube them. Sorry. Just getting angry at this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to link this part of the video to that crazy stuff that he said because he's crazy. And he's driving me crazy. Let me show you how I lubricated that. I'll do it with the action cam. Let's do it. Okay. So, first thing you want to do, there's two parts that are rattling in here. You see at the back, this metal wire. Oh, you can't because it's out of focus. Give me 1 sec. 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Alright, this. Okay, you can see in the back here, there's that metal wire. That metal wire is going to jangle around inside of this housing. So what you do is you take a little bit of lube. Look, this thing is already built. You can even do this while these things are in place. You just pull them up all the way to the top. Watch this. And you fire a little lube down in this hole right here. That's the first thing you do. That's the first one right there. Okay, now, as this moves up and down, it's going to be moving up and down through the lube. Okay? Do it to the other side as well. Okay, that's the first bit. The next bit is you come around to the front place where the wire is. Now, look, this is moving around like this. Just like that. And that's going to cause a little bit of sound in there too. So what I like to do is, this is for the pre-built ones. You just pop this up. I do this on all of my stabilizers. You just pop this up. Oh, pop it out here. You can twist it out. There you go. You see I've taken it apart. And all I do is put some lube right in this hole here. Just like that. See that? And then you clip it back down. Now I've clipped it back down through that lube. The lube is not spread out very nicely, but there you go. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to rotate that up. Put some lube in this corner. Pop it back down. There you go. We're almost done. Now what I like to do, you can do this again from the top, but I like to do it from the bottom. I push this all the way to the bottom, and then what I do is pop a little lube right along this side, like that, and then, oh, I shouldn't have dropped it. Push it all the way up like this, and then a little bit on this side too. Just like that. Look, all you need is the tiniest little drop. Then what I'm going to do is use my toothpick to spread that around inside the housing like that. All that does is it stops this from making that clackety noise as it moves around. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. And then look, let it go down, and then I take my toothpick and I just spread it all along this wall here and this wall here too. That's it. That lubricant now has turned this from a rattly. Look at this. Look. I go crazy when people say crazy stuff that isn't true. That's crazy. It drives me mad. And I mean, the thing is, that guy's he's got an audience that, anyways, it drives me insane. What's that? Rant over. Stephanie says rant over. Rant is over. Being cool, being cool. 59 likes. Don't get to put the mask on yet. Waiting for the 60th like. Just gonna lube this puppy up. This is GPL, Crytox GPL 205. You can find it in the About section below. This is the stuff that I recommend and I use. It works well on plastic and on metal pieces. It's a thick lubricant, which means it'll stay in place. I'm guessing that Steph doesn't like me ranting. Is that right, Steph? You had your rant. It's over now. Get back to building the keyboard. Yes, ma'am. And I just want to do the one more, even though this... Listin says, calm down, Pete. We know your stabs are stable. Yeah. I'm calm. I'm calm like a daisy. I'm super calm. Why do you guys keep saying I'm not calm? I'm calm. I don't repeat stuff either. I never repeat stuff. I'm not a guy who repeats stuff all the time. I don't repeat stuff. Jonathan, I watched the stream. It's not really nice calling somebody crazy because you disagree with them. I think it's kind of nasty and proves a point. I'm not sure. It's not that I disagree with them. It's not like a disagreement. Disagreeing is like I have one perspective and they have a different perspective. That's different than... That's different. Do you understand? I like hot toast. Somebody else likes cold toast. That's not calling somebody... I'm not calling somebody crazy for that. They have a different point of view. They like something different. I'm calling somebody crazy is when they look right at something and they don't do something correctly and then they blame you for it. You know what I mean? It's like if somebody was to say that the toast wasn't hot, I think you're crazy. It's not a difference of opinion. No, Steph, no.
You don't want to have to lube them.
But that's not what he did.
No, I know. And
he lubed other stabs. He's not comparing them to unlubed stabs. He was comparing a lubed stab to a non-lubed stab.
Yes, I understand. But somebody may not want to have to lube their stab to have it quiet.
There's no such thing. You have to in order to make it quiet. There's no such thing. There is no such thing as a silent stab factory. It's plastic. Rant over. Rant over. Oh, wait, I didn't finish doing the last bit. Mask on. 64 likes. Yeah. Let's do some more of this. For those of you just tuning in, this is the Halloween special. I'm your host, Skiwithpete, and we're de-rattling stabs. Yeah. All right. All right. Just last stabilizer to do here. And of course, now that I'm doing this with the mask on, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm I'm struggling a little bit here. Can you guys see it? Can you guide me here? Much better. Still can't see anything. Still much better. Alright. Alright. Last thing to do is this top side here. Pop this out. All right. Stabs are in. Wait, they're not in. They're just lubed. All right. What I need now is a paper towel. I'll be right back. Oh, Oscar, that's awesome news. Definitely send pics. Alright, next thing to do is test the PCB. You need to test your PCB before you start installing stabilizers or anything else. And remember, once you started soldering, your PCB cannot be returned. So just taking a look here, make sure everything is in place. It is. Just turning it over. Okay, next thing what I do is take this and plug it in. You can, of course, hear that working, and I go to keyboard tester. I gotta launch the tester, and now I press tester, which of course itself activates a couple of keys. But now what I'm going to do, you can see in this top screen here, I've got my tweezers, and all I'm going to do is just touch a couple of the contacts. And now that I can hear those keys being pressed, I know that this PCB is a fully working PCB. Fantastic. I'm going to pull this out, go back to the overhead view. For those of you just tuning in, I'm skiwithpete, and we are building the Halloween special keyboard. Alright. Okay, next thing to do is start to put these stabilizers in. Now, there's a front and a back to these stabilizers. The front, I call the toe, goes into the big hole, and the heel, which is split, goes into the back hole. And there you go. There you go again. Let me just do an action cam version of this one here, just so you can see it. Look, the toe goes in the front there, and then all you do is, once it's nice and seated in, you just push the back down. Just like that. Cool. And then onto the space bar. Now this space bar only fits in one position, which is exactly the right position we want it to fit into. All right. Yeah.
The upstairs floor.
No.
Here.
Oh, wow. That's actually very nice. Hey, Oscar, that's really nice, man. That's really nice. When's the group by?
I'm doing an interest check once I get to. And late November.
That's pretty dope, man. Yeah, I just want to... It's just a little bit of dust in this thing. I just want to get out. For those of you just tuning in, this is the... What is this? What are we doing here? Yes. This is the Halloween special edition of 1UP Keyboards Clipe Carbon Fiber Satan GH60. Yeah. Let's build this. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is push that in there. You know, I don't really like that though, but I'm going to do it anyways. Just going to drop this on. Now you can see what the keyboard is basically going to look like. So what I'm going to do now is push in 4 of the switches. I'm just going to go with top right. These pandas are a little bit of a bitch, and I'm going to show you why. They actually go in best this way. Yeah, you got to do. Oh man, they are tough. I'll show you why in a minute. There we go. First one is in. We'll line that up in just a second. This top left one here, I'm going to go like this. Now, I don't like doing this bottom left corner one because I prefer to set those switches up properly, but what I can do is this shift key. And I'm going to do this side, I'll do the shift key as well. Alright, let's get this out and line it all up. So what I'm basically doing here is I want these switches to drop in exactly where they're supposed to. Now I don't want the board to be warped, anything like that. Just want them to be nice and snug and in place. And now what's next? Quick question, did you make the Zelio stem and spring in a Panda housing, and what is the benefit of this? The Panda housing is a little tighter, which means that the bump is more pronounced, which means you get a better bumpy actuation on the Panda. Damn, this is spooky, says Archon. You know it, buddy. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in. Don't forget, smash that like button. We're at 64, on our way to 75. But I need to take the mask off because safety first. we're going to start soldering. And when we solder, we got to wear eye protection. And for eye protection, we definitely want to do that. Damn, that's hot. Whoa. Hey, Steph, can I ask you a favor? Could you get some water for the soldering iron for me, please? So we're just going to start with these first 4 switches that are all the way through and correctly in place. I'm just going to turn this off. Now, can I just talk about the Hakko for a second? I'm using the Hakko FX888D. Thank you, Steph. It's a great soldering iron, but I just want to tell you a little story. The other day we had JB, who is guest hosting on the stream, and he forgot the Clipe. He forgot the Clipe on. The Clipe? He forgot the Hakko. He forgot the FX888D. He forgot it on for over 24 hours. In the real world, in the normal world, that would absolutely have killed a soldering iron. But this Hakko survived that. And that is something. That is definitely saying something. All right. Next thing I need to do is we hit 650. Wait a sec. What am I doing? Wait, am I building a keyboard? I need the fan, which I've lost.
You put it on the cutting table.
Fan. Oh, lost a finger. Bloody finger, bloody finger. Okay, fan is on. That's one. Next thing I got to do is switch over to solder cam. Now, solder cam needs a few seconds because I need to adjust the focus of it. And that will just take me 1 hot second. Focus should be around here. There we go.
It looks kind of orange.
What looks orange?
Michael wrote orange Clipe.
No, it's definitely a red Clipe.
The
Alright.
color in real life is definitely red, but I see what you mean on the screen.
By the way, guys, Steph is in the background. She's here to answer any of your questions. She has her own microphone, which she's got on. Right, Steph?
No.
Steph is going to turn her own microphone on.
No. What kind of fan smoke sucker do you use? Question.
What's that?
Trick question?
Yeah, trick question indeed. Because at the moment, I'm using just a fan. Because that's what I got.
And an open door.
And an open door. This totally did not connect here. Trying this again. I don't know what's going on. Do you guys know what's going on? Have you ever seen anything like that? It's not connecting to the... That's what it's supposed to look like.
Any flux?
What? It's just crazy. It's not connecting to the... That one I've never seen that happen. This is so weird. Okay, I'm going to do a different one here. I don't get it. Is somebody texting you about what's happening here, Steph?
No. Do you have any flux?
I might have some flux. Why?
Put some flux on and then try. And get your join better.
Do you know where the flux is?
No. Why I asked if you have those.
I do. I just don't know where it is. I don't know where the flux is.
Is it a pen? What is it?
Yeah, it's like a pen. Is anybody providing suggestions for what's caused this?
I don't know. Flux has been another suggestion as well.
What?
Flux has been another suggestion as well. Angry says it only happens on the GH60, so probably the pads. Iron not worn.
It's not the GH60 it's not sticking to. It's the Panda.
Is it all of them or just one?
What? It's just one.
So finish doing the rest of the boards and then we'll have a look for flux.
Is it lead-free wire? Yeah, it's lead-free.
So tired.
Okay, I have to run to the washroom, so... Steph, can you come look for the...
Oh, where you have your
I don't know where it is either.
flux? I don't even know what I'm looking for.
It's a pen. It looks exactly like this. Exactly like this. Exactly like it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Where did you hide it then? You hear me shuffling through drawers. Kinda. There.
Where'd you find that?
In the drippy blood one.
What?
In the drippy blood drawer.
Oh my god. Okay, let's try it.
It's really funny, so I found a Zelio switch in my cat's bed. Don't know when he stole it.
I've never seen this happen before. I'm removing it. I gotta try that again. It's gotta be that the sip is oxidized. And that's why the thing doesn't want to accept it. But all I really need to do to stop that is put some flux on it. Have you ever seen such a thing before? Never. Never. No. Raul is here. Welcome, Raul. we'll see. We'll see if that works. In fact, let's just see if it works now. Those poor pads. Tell me about it. Okay, let me just see if this is completely pooched. This. See what I'm saying? How mental is that? It actually works. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, but it actually worked. All that flux, it's actually created a connection over there. Who knew? Whoops, whoops. Sorry. When you control it with your feet, sometimes it goes awry. That's what it's supposed to look like. Also what it's supposed to look like. That looks so disgusting. I don't know what the problem is here. As weird as it is, that's going to work much better. What can you do? What can you do? Sometimes you gotta Frankenstein it. How appropriate, actually. Frankensteining. Can't holding the iron on the PCB that long burn it? Yeah, not... Yes and not really. The PCBs are pretty resilient, but yeah, you can burn it for sure. I mean, I've definitely burnt my share of PCBs in the past, but that wasn't going to do it. Temp seems to be really low. Well, I've just cranked it up to 720F. But I did leave it on. It was left on over a day. So, so maybe it is pooched. I'll have to check that as we continue to progress. For those who just joined, don't forget to smash that like button. We're 10 away from hitting 75. 10 away from hitting 75, which would be awesome. All right, just progressing on here, just snapping these switches into the board. Just lost another switch. Where did it go? Back here. Hey Steph, can you check out how much a new iron costs? Not the whole thing, just the iron. Because I have a feeling that the temperature thing inside of it may have gone.
Did you just try changing it to the tip?
It's not the tip. It won't be the tip because the tip is able to accept solder. It'll be there's two wires inside of it that are actually the thermal, the thing that causes the temperature to be the right temperature. And that's the thing that you need to replace, but it's usually about the same price to get one of those as it is to get a new iron. You can usually replace the tips. Yeah, I mean, the tip is fine. It's not that the tip is oxidized or anything. Hi, Chat Pete. I have the CM Storm Quickfire TK White Edition. I recently bought the Cooler Master Pro M. I was wondering what would be a great keyboard for me to buy, build. Money is no issue. Well, if you like the TKL, the TK size, yeah, you might be a little out of luck for another short while. Now, One Up Keyboards is about to introduce a TK. Here's my TK that I built on stream not long ago. This will be coming to One Up Keyboards soon. Is centinewtons the same as grams? Yeah. For all intents and purposes, it is. Archon, I don't even know that. I don't know that switch. The QS1 switch, the Apex 8 M800. Don't know it. You think it's the hole tights? I mean, I'm looking at the hole tights. If they were like badly rusted or something, I could see that it might not stick and I might need extra flux or something, but they don't seem like they're in particularly bad condition. But like I said, the only thing that's changed recently is that JB left my iron on for 24 hours. And I thought that it was still working fine, but it may be that the temperature is just a little too low now. And it's not getting high enough for these. That is kind of oxidized. It's not getting high enough for these to grab on. That could be the case. I really don't know at this point. I'm just speculating. Okay, now what I would normally do at this point is I go to the bottom row. Because I don't know where the switches would normally go, I would normally take out my keycaps and line them up along the bottom, but I actually happen to have one right here, so I can actually line them up pretty well. Oh, maybe I can, maybe I can't. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Oh yeah, it's left, 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 right, right, right. Goes like this. This goes all the way to the left. That goes all the way to the left, and this one goes all the way to the right. And it goes left, 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 right, right, right. Is that correct? No, it's not correct. Middle hole. Right hole. Middle hole. Left hole. Right hole. Oh, wait a sec. Which one is that? It says this one here. I should have just put the keycaps in. I don't know why I didn't. And that one was left. This one is left, and this one is left. And this one is left. What are they yelling? Hacked. Hacked.
Put on that board.
No, can't put it on this board. It's got its own board already. My hacked already lives on a board. My hacked board is this board. This, look, it's hacked. Okay, I'm gonna try this with the thin stuff here. There we go. Oh, now it's leaking everywhere. God. Some of them actually do a little bit, look a little bit oxidized. Not exactly ashamed to be doing this. Yeah, look how much better that's applying. Yeah, now that the whistle is stopped, because there isn't much flux on there, the connections aren't as clean. Huh. So it was definitely the rosin that I needed. Definitely. So there's some sort of oxidation happening somewhere. I can't tell if it's on the pad or on the switch, but you can see with it bubbling there, that's the core being activated. You can hear it popping and fizzing too. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. I haven't looked up at the chat in a while, but all I can see is hacked, hacked, hacked. Guys, it's totally not going to happen. I got hacked on another keyboard that I use. I'm not switching that up. You got to be crazy. I gotta get some more flux on here, but while I got some flux over on these ones, I might as well use it. I'm gonna need to buy another one of these markers. Yeah, it's pretty much a known thing now. It's these panda stems that need the flux.
It's not an orange Clipe though.
It's not an orange Clipe, it's a red Clipe.
The hacked is orange, so it would go well on an orange Clipe if it was one, but it's not. You don't have any red sets, do you?
Any red what?
Keycap sets.
Well, we have the what you call it. There are red
What?
Enjoy PBT.
No, but they're white. They're not white with red. Not really.
Red. No, there aren't very many red sets. There's another orange set though, which is the Max keys, which we sell at One Up Keyboards. If you guys haven't already gone to One Up Keyboards, go check it out now. Lots of cool stuff to check out at One Up Keyboards. Also, if you haven't yet, press subscribe. We'd love for you to hang around. Come back for another stream. Don't forget to check the About section on today's video for all sorts of cool and fun links. Everything you can see on my desk is in the About section, including all the stuff from today's build. Why are you so quiet, man? Oh, because I'm busy building a keyboard, man. Okay, I'm gonna put some more flux on here. Did you find another another wand there, Steph?
No, I haven't looked.
What's that?
I haven't looked.
I don't think that's the problem. I think it's that these just needed more. These just needed some flux on them. Can you look for flux for me? Because this marker's pooched. Because like now that there's flux on there, it's like it's going on smooth like a baby. Although the problem is I'm using a Kester flux pen right now, and it's just not flowing really nicely. Is there other delivery methods other than pens?
Well, I searched for a pen.
Oh. Just look for Kester, because I love the Kester solder so much. Just do a quick search for Kester.
Well, they have different numbers.
I don't know what that means.
What number does that say it is on the pen? On the label.
Nine 5-1.
So that's a low solid, no clean.
That's what I'd like as a no clean. Oh, no, wait, do I want no clean or do I want water soluble? No, you want no clean. Water soluble is not good. Yeah, I need, look at that. It's that oxidation is the reason that's popping. Can you see it popping?
They have it in a bottle with like a syringe style dispenser. These.
Okay, can I have another pen?
Are your two options. You said it was a 951, right?
Yeah. It's just that the tip is so dry. Yeah, some of them are just really corroded and others aren't. Can you see that popping? Okay, that popping means that the rosin core is being activated. And what the rosin does is it removes oxidation. So if you get any rust on something, if you apply flux to it and then heat the flux, you can hear it crackling and stuff, and apply flux, that will remove the rust rapidly. Again, it's heat activated stuff. Not just rust, but oxidation. Now, when you use a rosin core, which is to say that it's got flux inside of it, typically you don't need that. But you can see, even though I've applied the flux core to it, even though I've applied flux directly to it, even still with the rosin core, it's still popping and pulsing. And that again just tells you that it's removing oxidation as it applies, which is what it's meant to do. That's what it's here for. Again, you can see this one's pulsing and popping. That means that it's removing, that the solder core is removing oxidation as it goes. Alright, let's put that back down. Was it no clean that was better? Any reason why? Yeah, water soluble. Water soluble is convenient because it's water, but it actually leaves a lot of mess. No clean is better because, I mean, you do get stuff like this. You do get stuff like this where you get that kind of yellowing and browning around it, but if you use alcohol, you can wipe that off, but you tend to get less of it with the water stuff. it just tends to be dirtier. And even though you can clean it with water, why do you want to?
Yeah, so these ones say that the results in practically no residue left on the assembly after soldering.
Yeah. But I need to get some there.
I put both in a little bottle and a pen. You can look and see what you prefer.
I just got some rosin on my thumb, and I think that it irritates the skin. So this pen just sucks.
It does look a bit old.
Yeah.
I think you like the bottle with the sort of syringe style.
Okay, get me that.
Well, you have a look. I'll leave it in the thing. You know what?
Just so painful, this thing. Now, I left my tip too long, and you can see it's not accepting. Oh, not on solder. You can see my tip isn't accepting solder properly at the moment. I just got to get that back. There we go. Feels like it's been a really long stream. How long have I been going for here?
10 o'clock.
Okay, so I have an hour, almost an hour left to go.
We started at 7.
Yeah.
You can do 3 hours. You can do 4, right?
Yeah. Could you tell me what, Steph, could you read that thing?
What thing?
The guy just wrote a thing. Something, could you tell me blah, blah, blah. Look, you can see, look at, can you see it pulsing? That pulsing is telling you that that the rosin core is activating and it's removing rust from something. I can't quite tell if it's from but again, that's what it's meant to do. I can't tell if it's happening from the switch or if it's happening from the PCB, but in either case, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing.
So could you tell me what you overall think of this modded switch?
I will as soon as I get to type on it.
Is there any other tactile switch that you like even more than this one? What do you think of Mod M and Aristotle's?
Mod M, not so much. Aristotle's are clicky, and Aristotle's kick ass. Steph uses Aristotle's, and I love how crispy they are. Every time I get a chance to... Yeah, sorry, Gatistotles. You need to take Aristotle's and mod them with combine them with another switch. Zelia 67 grams are my favorite, but adding them to the Pandas might be better. I'll let you know very soon. Just a little bit of Just a little bit of stuff floating around my desk here. Feels like it's going to be a good one. With 39 viewers and 68 likes, we're just 7 away. Just 7 away from 75. Oh, didn't mean for that to happen. Just 1 second. Of course, action cam we have on our swivel now, so I can give you guys a... What exactly does the housing of the Panda Straddle do that's better than the stock one? So the answer to that is that the Panda housing has channels that are tighter than the Zelios do. And what that means effectively is that... Sorry, just going for... What that means is that... when the Panda, when the Zelio is going straight down, and it's got a bump, when it's going down, it'll have some wobble inside of its Zelio housing. So the tactility that you feel, the boop boop, is reduced as this moves in and out. With it to be straight up and down, it does exactly that. It goes straight up and down, so you feel the bump much bigger. Dr. Richter says, first time here, I think your wife, Steph. Yeah, it's my wife, Steph. Could you describe the Aristotles for me, and how is it the sound from them that compares to Kale White box switches? I don't know, because we don't have those. Let me just turn that off. Yeah, what I can do, though, is I can do a Zelia. So here's 2 switches. This one on the left is a Gateron Blue. And this one on the right is an Aristotle mixed with a Panda housing. Okay, so Gateron Blue, Aristotle. Gateron Blue, Aristotle. Blue, Aristotle. Yeah, less rattle. It also feels much crispier because don't forget that the switch has its own property, which is also about how it moves up and down. So the Aristotle is like a, it feels real crispy, real nutty, if you know what I'm saying.
You saw to the left control.
Oh, you know what? I missed one of the 2 switches, didn't I? Yep, well spotted. Deadly Pliers, you're the man.
And the Brotaku is here.
The Brotaku's in the house. What's going on, Brotaku?
You might need to put the mask back on.
71 likes. I'd love to hit 75 likes. For the Halloween special. Here we are with the Halloween special. You know what? Honestly, I can't really see this because I don't have my glasses on, and I shouldn't be doing this without my glasses on. And that needs a little bit more flux on it so it sticks a little bit better. God, this fucking flux pen sucks so bad.
It's just old, you haven't used it.
Try this again. There we go. Thank you again, Deadly Pliers, for catching me on that. Let me just double check that there aren't any others that I've missed. Some of them are pretty nasty, though. Some of them are pretty nasty. Wait, did I retip that? I didn't. Urgh! Struggling a little bit today. To redo this tip. The reason you should leave the tip resoldered like this, so that oxygen doesn't get to the tip and ruin it before you get back to it. But the problem with doing what I've just done better. That's better. Okay. Looks like the build is still going. Welcome back, Atari Zero. Yeah, the build is still going, my friend. I'm just about to pop it in and then do some testing. I need to do that before moving on, but I just wanted to do the testing inside this case. That's totally my fault. Tester. Reset. You can see it now. Ready? always happens. Now that'll ruin everything. Yeah, the one that didn't seem to go was that one, but you never know with these, the way they're programmed. Let me just double check if it is soldered. It's definitely soldered, so I'm going to assume that it's the programming that's not right on that. Because the soldering really does look great on it. I mean, compared to some of them that look pretty ropey, that one in particular looks great. So, Brotaku says, I'm writing an essay for a scholarship at the moment. Oh, that doesn't sound painful in the least, man. Get that scholarship. I just wanted to make JB jealous of my board, and I think I've achieved it. Nope. He'll be back soon, though. And the second he is, you'll be like, oh, damn. Any link to this key tester? Oh, sure. It's keyboardtester.com. Keyboardtester.com. Stottles are Aristotles in cherry housings. Actually, we put them in Gateron housings because we like Gaterons better than cherries.
So you could have cherry stottles or Gatostottles.
Yeah.
So stottles or Aristotles in something.
Yeah, they're never just left on their own. Ever. 75 likes. I'm putting the mask back on. Here we go. God, I'm hot. So, I'm a little bit shimmery. Maybe I'm, a little bit reflective. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe.
Too much of that solder on your face.
Did I get some solder on my face? Did I get some solder on my face? No, I'm fine. Alright, let me go grab some keycaps. I'll be right back. Oh, wait a sec. I'm missing a screw here. It's over in this corner. For those of you just tuning in, this is the Halloween build edition of Mechanical Keyboards Live. I'm your host, skiwithpete. I'm also the owner of oneupkeyboards.com. If you haven't been to oneupkeyboards.com before, you should go there and check it out now. Oneupkeyboards.com has all sorts of cool mechanical keyboard kits for you to build. You should go check that out now. There's also our beginner kit called the Sweet 16. Here's the Sweet 16 here. It's a super fun, simple kit for you to build. Low cost, easy, fun way to learn how to do this sort of thing. That's the Sweet 16. You'll find that under macro pads. The one I'm building now is actually called... That doesn't right, is it? That doesn't... That looks right. That looks... Is that my long shift? Or is that my short shift? No, that's my long shift. Everything in this keyboard build is available at oneupkeyboards.com. This Keycap case is currently out of stock, but it'll be back in soon. Not sure why that's not responding. No. There we go. In what Discord? Hey, can you guys share the Discord? QWERTY. QWERTY. The Discord, there's also a link to the Discord in the About section. There's a link to the Discord in the About section below. Don't forget to check for that. ASD. That one's not quite right. I'm not sure what got wrong with that one. Sticking. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's still sticking. Figure that out in a bit. 1, 2, 3. ZXCV. There's another shift. Oh. Why is that one not right? I don't know. I should figure that out. The mask is ruining the quality of your voice. It also means I can't see very well. This is much better. JKL. I really want to check why that's not happy. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brotaku. That's not funny, man. That's not funny. I'm hurt. I'm a little bit hurt. I'm sensitive. Steph, did you think that was funny? Steph. You're supposed to take my side here, Steph. QWERTY U. UIOP, yeah, UI. Oh, this board is sick. That was the most important thing for me, was that that one was straight. ZXCVB. Question mark. Quir. ZXCVB. GH. F9 we don't need. ASDF. Control. Window key. CVB, don't need that. NM, don't need that. F1, don't need that. Escape. UIOP. Alt goes there. Page down, I don't need.
Peter, you the guy behind what keyboards?
Yes, I'm the guy behind One Up Keyboards. Where did that come from? Yep, that's me. What do you think of One Up Keyboards?
And what profile are the One Up keycaps?
The One Up keycaps are OEM profile. OEM profile. And they are top row, escape row, or number row. That sometimes is called row 1. It's sometimes called row 4. It really depends on which company you're talking about, how the naming convention works. But it's the top row. It's meant to replace your escape key on an OEM profile. It'll be a little bit deeper than a cherry profile. Don't forget to come join me after the stream for a chat in the Discord. I often hang out in there. Although, I tend to hang out in there when there's nothing going on. I'm just dropping a message. But if you're around and you want to say hello, it's a great way to catch me. JKL. X. The Boon Boy's in the house. What's going on, Boon Boy? Caps lock. Fuck no. 8, yes. Q. And the last key here ought to be an F. Oh, yes, Nelly. The only... This backspace is a little bit sticky, but it's coming around. All right. Steffi, can I ask you a favor? This set is in a box that's right behind you. It's right there. Do you enjoy PBT? Can you put these back on there? Alright guys, if you haven't already smashed the like button, smash it now. We're at 75. Let's see if we can pump it up to 85. And just as we get ready to do the final test here, I'm going to test the One Up Keyboard's keyboard. Man, I hate this pen. It's really starting to jab me. It's really starting to crush my... Now Now the door is closed to the outside world. We're getting closer to that typing test right at the end here. Go ahead, smash that like button, especially if you've been hanging around for a little while. If you're lurking and you haven't already smashed... Oh, yeah, these are all the different ones. If you're lurking and you haven't already smashed that... the subscribe button. Thank you, Steph. My brain was going a little... We're getting closer to the typing test. The typing test. Is coming in just 1 minute. Just going to unplug this. Move this over here. This is a Sweet 16 macro pad. I keep going on about this, but trust me, it's worth it. Go check that out on 1UP Keyboards. Especially with the new keycaps. For $30 all in, you can print a 3D case. You got a 3D printer, whatever. You just want to try testing this out. You want to build yourself on a little piece of wood, something you can screw in. This will work great. And it does macros and stuff. It's so good. Just asking because a few friends ordered brass plates, and everyone I know had problems with the universal plates for the holes in the space bars are a bit too tight. Yeah, they are tight. It depends on which stabs you get. Easily fixable in our case, but you may want to change something there. I know that 6 people had this problem. We actually did. We made a small revision for round 2. Round 2 plates have just arrived in a couple days ago. In our case, it was less than 1 mil to fix it. Yeah, and actually, I recommend you file down a little bit. You file down a little bit of the stab. Don't mess with the plate. Edit the stab a little bit. It's the different stabs that can give that slight error. But yeah, we have exactly done that. We've addressed that problem. The Brotaku asks, have you thought about doing the type racer for typing tests? I have, but I don't need to brag and show off at just how slowly I can type. I can type super slowly, don't you worry. All right, with 76 likes and 46 people watching, we're all set to go for the final typing test. This is... Oh, let me just do the... Ooh, let me do this. Let me go the other way too, just for fun. All right, guys. This is the Keycap with a black carbon fiber plate, black on gray Enjoy PBT keycaps, with the Panda housing and Zelio 67-gram springs and 67-gram sliders. Y'all ready for this? Here's the typing test. Oh, I'm excited for this one. Oh, I'm excited for this. Okay, here we go.
have a board with 67 Zelios?
No, I don't.
Does it work?
It's at work, yeah. And it would sound different anyways, but here's 65 grams. But this is an open skeleton design. I don't know what's wrong with this backspace. I gotta get that solved. Let me pull this off. Yeah, there's something. Why won't you come off? It's in on both sides here. Must be slightly off axis or something. All right, Bertalk, you take it easy, man. Good luck with your. Good luck with your essay, dude. There's the problem. The stab popped out. I think I was able to push it back down. Nope. I can see that this stab isn't correctly aligned, so I gotta pull it out. How long have I got left, Steph?
We're at 22:39.
How long does this say I've done it? 3 hours and 48 minutes.
10 minutes. Your head is over that thing.
It was over the thing for quite a while as I was trying to figure it out.
Just make sure you show everyone what you do.
Okay, look, you can't... Here, maybe if I do it with this thing. You won't be able to see it. And I've grabbed the wrong screwdriver set. Let me show you on the action cam here. Action cam seems like it's a little bit out of focus, but let me just show you. Is that the right one? Yeah. You can see, maybe you can't see, maybe you can't, that the distance between this and here is different than the distance between this and here. Can you see that? that there's a bigger gap on this side than there is on this side, which means that my stab isn't correctly sat in its hole. So I need to pull it up, take a look. I forgot to pull the tab off. Yeah. Okay. So look, the toe has come out. So what I got to do is pop this back out and try to do some surgery here so that the toe goes back in its hole. It's going to be a little bit challenging because obviously the board's already put together, but that's ultimately going to be the goal here, is to get that back. Sorry, I didn't show it. Like the toe wasn't in. So now I got to push this stab down. Oh, shit. That's not right. I'm gonna pick the back of the stab up, get the toe in the hole. No, that's the back of it again. No. Okay, let's turn it around. Of course, I want to do this off camera because it'll be easier if I do it in my lap. But I know that I can't do that because you guys want to see it. And you didn't see it, but I got it. You didn't see it, but I actually got it. Now you can see, if I go back to action cam, maybe you can't see it, but you can see that the distance here and here is now the same. And that's what I was trying to do before that I couldn't do. Also, you can see on the back here that that foot, that toe is now correctly through on both sides. Cool. How long have I got? 3 minutes, 53 seconds. Well, thank you again for tuning in today to watch the Halloween special. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's build. What switches are these? These are called, well, this is a combination of Panda and Zelios. So this is a $2 switch, which of course is very expensive, but hey, this keyboard is going to last a lifetime. So why not spend a bit of money on it, you know? And this is too tight now because this one is not ready to go in. Guys, don't forget to go check out oneupkeyboards.com. Thank you again to everybody who tuned in today. I really do appreciate hanging out with you guys, especially for this Halloween edition. Don't forget to press like. Don't forget to press subscribe. If you want to share this video, go ahead and smash share. This will be a fun video. Look at that. That's how a backspace key is supposed to work. What do you think of the keys so far? It's really snappy. You know, I don't know if I love these keycaps on it. Because I don't have any other Enjoy PBT sets. So I can't really compare it. You know, every different switch with every different keycap feels a little bit different. What I can tell you for sure is it's way snappier.
Check.
1 minute, 30 seconds. Yeah, it's so snappy. I mean, I've never felt a key that snappy before. Okay, one last typing test now that my backspace works. Like, it's so... that I've never felt on another keyboard. And it's difficult to describe quite what that is, but if you... You see what I mean? Maybe you can't because it's out of focus here, but... This is so snappy. It's the biggest bump I've ever felt, ever. I gotta go, boys. That's it. That's it from me. Thank you again. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Don't forget to press like. Don't forget to press subscribe. Don't forget Mange HD to post a link to the Discord so you guys can all come join. Don't forget to go check out One Up Keyboards. Don't forget to check the About section for all the cool stuff. Thank you again, guys. It's over, and it's not gonna last because I gotta